Hello everyone, welcome to Stretch. Join me on the floor, won't you? We're in this cross-legged position and we're going to start either leg forward. You just crawl yourself forward with those fingertips, flexing the toes and breathing here. Most importantly, breathing into that lower back to create space in the spine. If that feels good, you can drop the chin to the chest. You just do 5 breaths here. Release as we swap sides. Try not to use your hands. Cross the other leg in front, flex those toes, crawl the hands forward, hopefully a little bit further than the first round. And then same again, breathe. 5 deep breaths. Slowly release. Make your way up onto your toes in our kneeling position. And sit back on the heels. If you can do this in bare feet, that's great. Get a little bit more out of this. We're just going to interlace the fingers together, rolling them clockwise and anti-clockwise, just to free up the wrists a little bit before we spend some time on them. Can rock side to side as well, just shifting the pressure in those toes. It's nice to just release it and come back to it every now and then. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring those hands down underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's sink the belly to the floor, pointing the butt up to the ceiling as we come into our cow pose. We're going to do 3 slow rounds of our cat-cow. Jesus, that's a big fly. Tuck the tailbone, send the chest back towards the thighs as we push the ground away and think about trying to touch the ceiling with our upper back. Tuck that tailbone, squeezing the glutes before sending the butt back and up as the chest comes through the hands, opening up to the front, gazing forward, still pushing the ground away. We should just feel that tension through the muscles running down either side of our spine now. Maybe even a little bit of release in the muscles in the front of our core, the abdominal muscles as well. Let's tuck the tailbone, send the chest back. Round 2 here. And round 3 into our cow pose. Breathe before sending it back into the cat for the last time. And bring that spine to neutral, tabletop position. Slight tuck of the tailbone if you have a tendency to kind of dip into this anterior pelvic tilt like I do. And then with the toes tucked, we're just going to lift the knees 1/2 inch off the floor. So really push the ground away with the hands, neutral spine, and then lift the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the butt back as we come into our first downward dog. Remember, this is about the shoulders here. So hands are as wide as the shoulders. Sink the chest down towards the mat. And just open up into those shoulders by wrapping the arms around like we're trying to face the armpits towards each other. Knees can be bent, push the ground away, shoulders up to the ears, and breathe. Maybe you can bring your belly button, bring your navel to your spine by sucking in a little bit. And bend at the knees, raise the heels up as we walk our feet towards our hands. Slowly come up into our halfway position, send the butt back, spine neutral, and release down. Squeeze the feet together on your mat as we roll through the spine to slowly come up. Squeeze the glutes, raise the arms up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to reverse it. Swan dive back down, sending the butt back, coming down into our forward fold. Up to halfway, neutral spine. Place the hands on the mat. Big step back with the right foot, bringing the right knee down to the floor as we come into our long lunge. Here, remember, we're sending the left thigh bone back into the hip socket as we drive that right hip flexor forward and down. And we'll raise our arms up to the ceiling, stretching through the entirety of the body. Feel it up the sides, feel it through your arms. Again, bringing that belly button to the spine if you can. And imagine we're trying to bring this left heel back towards our right knee. Good. Bring the arms down. Frame the left foot. Bring that right knee up. And then push the ground away as we lift that left foot, sending it back and up into our three-legged dog. Imagine you're stepping on the wall behind you, so the heel and foot are placed on that wall. And then we're going to point the toes, flex at the left knee, and stack the hips by opening up the left hip, trying to drop that left shoulder back down to the mat. So it's going to want to lift up. We're just leveling out the shoulders here. Breathe in. On the breath out, we're going to come into our plank position. Knee up to the left elbow. And then we're going to bring that foot round to step into our lizard lunge. And let's just create some movement here. You can create circles. You can move forward and back. And then you can take that left arm and just drive the left hip out into external rotation. Allow that left foot to pick up off the floor. Just spending a little bit of time here. Don't forget to squeeze that right glute. That contraction really helps with stability through our pelvis and our core. Come back to center. Drop that right knee down as we walk ourselves back into our hamstring stretch, framing the left knee with our hands. Breathing in as we extend through the spine, breathing out as we fold over our left knee. One more breath wherever you are. Extend and fold. Walk the hands back by bending through the left knee again. Place the right hand down, and then we're going to get into our quad stretch. So the main progression is this movement here, but you have other options if you're not quite here yet, or it's just creating too much discomfort or pain. Squeeze the right glute, drive the right hip down to the floor, and actively kick that left hand away, like you're trying to break free from your own grip. Again, that left foot can pick up like so if you like, so you're rolling onto the outside of that left foot. And then relax the quad as we pull that right foot in towards our butt. The right glute is still contracted. We're still driving that right hip down towards the floor for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the foot. Bring the left hand back down to the mat. Back into our lizard lunge. Squeeze the right glute. Try and keep the hips where they are in space as we push the ground away. Lift our left foot and slowly step it back into our plank position. You can drop the knees here or stay with me as we shift forward, lowering ourselves down to the mat with the elbows tucked to our sides. Relax, bring the feet as wide as the mat. Squeeze the glutes as we bring those hands either side of our head, and we're going to push up into our cobra pose. Drive the hips into the floor for 3, 2, 1. Bring the chest to the floor. Push yourself up again. Drive the hips down. Squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Come down towards the floor. Squeeze the glutes. Push the ground away. Up into a position that's comfortable for you. No need to go any further. And relax there. Use the hands as a pillow. Shake the hips side to side. And then place the hands back down as we push ourselves into our child's pose here. Drive the hands into the floor and then come back into your tabletop as we lift the hips up towards the ceiling, back into our down dog. Remember, push the ground away, arms wrap round, chest sinks towards the floor. Focus on stretching through the shoulders. Maybe you can drop the heels a little bit more, but we're not too focused on this. Then bend at the knees, walk the feet forward towards the hands, and slowly come up to your halfway point, neutral spine. Fold, keep the legs straight, and then squeeze the feet together as we slowly roll up through the spine, lifting the arms up towards the ceiling, squeezing the glutes and reversing. Swan dive back down. Send the hips back. Neutral spine halfway. And then place the hands down as we step that left foot back into our long lunge. Remember, right knee comes back, left hip shifts forward. Create that tension at the hip here. And then we're reaching up, belly button to spine. Nice tall lunge position. Breathe. Feel the stretch in the left hip. And then slowly lower the hands down as we pop up into our long lunge. Push the ground away. Pick the right foot up and send it back into our three-legged dog. See if you can drop that left heel down towards the floor. Bend at the knee if you need to. And then straighten out that right leg as much as you can by squeezing the glute, the right glute. Bend at the right knee, point the right toes, stack the hips by opening up the right hip, pushing the ground away with both hands, equal force, like we're trying to level out our shoulders parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath in. And on the breath out, send that right knee towards the right elbow. Hold here, pushing the ground away, and then flex the right foot as we step outside our right hand. Bring some movement into our lizard lunge. Come through center, through this clockwise, anti-clockwise movement. You can move forward and back. All the while squeezing that left glute, driving the left hip down towards the floor. And then see if you want to open up into that right hip. Maybe you want to bring the outside of that left foot down to the floor. So we come into a big external rotation on the right side, internal rotation on the left. Maybe you want to swap sides, drop the inside of the right foot down, bringing some groin stretch into the lizard lunge. And then wherever you are, come to meet me with this hands down position, no movement. Nice deep breath. And then we're going to drop that left knee down as we extend the right leg, walk ourselves back, frame the right knee with our hands. Breathe in to extend through the spine. Keep that tailbone tucked as we exhale and round over towards our right knee. 3 more like that. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Walk those hands forward by bending the right knee. Place the left hand down parallel with the right leg as we reach back with our right arm, picking up the left foot, catching the outside of it and pulling it in towards our butt. Squeezing the left glute, driving the left hip flexor down towards the floor, and then contracting the quad by kicking into our right hand like we're trying to break free of our grip. Don't push it too far with this one, it can get quite intense quite quickly. Relax the quad as we pull that foot closer in towards our glute, still squeezing that left butt cheek, pushing the ground away with the left hand, opening the chest up as much as possible to the right. We'll hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax there. Bring the right hand back down. Push yourself up into a lizard lunge. Squeeze the left glute. Keep the hips where they are as you pick that right foot up. Place it down into your plank position. We'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift it forward. Elbows glued into the sides as we lower ourselves down to the mat. Spreading the feet out as wide as the mat. Come into our cobra pose. Drive the ground away. Drive the hips into the floor. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And squeeze the glutes up into our cobra pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Down and up. See if you want to push the ground away a little bit with the arms as well. Maybe you can extend the arms fully. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. Use the hands as a pillow. Shake the hips out side to side. Push yourself back into your child's pose. And we'll spin it round to finish on our backs into our glute bridge position. Bring those heels right up towards your butt as much as you can, then squeeze the glutes before we move anywhere. Drive the hips up to the ceiling. Imagine you're trying to put your butt cheeks into the crease that your knees create. And that should really help with that tailbone tuck, creating a nice straight line from knee to chin. We'll hold here and squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower each vertebra down one at a time. Mid, lower back, tailbone. Bring the feet as wide as the mat as you allow the knees to cave in. Breathe. And then walk the feet in towards each other, soles of the feet together as you allow the knees to splay out to either side. Bring your left hand to your stomach, right hand to your heart. stay here for as long as you like. Nice deep breaths. Feeling your heart rate come down. Feeling your breathing getting deeper but slower. Congratulations on another stretch class, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.